So today we're going to pick some organic tomatoes, a couple of different kinds. They're mostly heirlooms, teardrops, and regular beefsteak. And I'm going to make a couple of dishes. One is going to be a nice ceviche that Pepe is showing how to do it from Mexico. It'll be Mazatlán style. And the other one's going to be a tomato and eggplant, fresh eggplant from the garden that we're going to use either on a pasta or just baked and served with toast points. It's delicious either way. So here we go with the tomatoes. I've got some beautiful big heirlooms that we'll use. This year I used the old chicken coop to grow them in, simply because the soil is perfect and they also grow up against the wire, so it's a lot easier to grow them and pick them up. So now we're going to come down and pick a few peppers just to put in with the ceviche. Now peppers you don't need many because they're going to have a little bite to them. So I think I'll get one more and that'll be enough for the peppers. So we're here back at the restaurant in Nagunquit and we're going to start to make our ceviche or escabeche. It's a recipe from Pepe, who's one of my favorite people in the world, and here as a guest worker. The first thing we're going to do is take our sustainable shrimp, and then we're going to cook those off real quick, and not too much, about half done, because when you're making a ceviche, your lime is going to cook as well as cooking a little bit of the seafood. So in the shrimp, they cook very quickly in the lime, so we're going to blanch these off, and then we'll go ahead and put the vegetables in. All right, so let's chill those down. We definitely don't want them overcooking because we're going to put it with the lime, and the lime juice will finish them off, finish the cooking, and they'll keep the flavor in it still. So now we're going to go over here just to show everything we got. We do have a couple of secret ingredients, which I'm not going to show you. It's the way. If you come in and eat it, I'll tell you what the secret ingredient is. All right? So we've got our cilantro, we got our limes, the fresh tomatoes from the garden, the fresh peppers from the garden, and the secret little cherry pepper. It's not Italian, it's Mexican, honest. So Pepe, are you ready?
Ready?
Let's get a couple of knives and let's start chopping. There, give me a hand.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. So first of all, we have to chop the cilantro real fine so it permeates throughout the entire ceviche. Now when I say ceviche, I really mean Mazatlán ceviche, because it's a little different than what you find in any part of Mexico or any part of, say, Peruvian ceviche is going to have potato and maybe some corn in it. This is strictly a Mexican style ceviche with a little bit of Mazatlán added. Am I right?
Totally right.
Totally right, see? I like to be totally right. So now comes the tomatoes, the special tomatoes. That's a Johnny seed tomato that we grow. Johnny seeds are up in Albion, Maine. And this is a Johnny seed heirloom tomato. And it's got that yellow color, it's delicious. I think they're a little sweeter. I think that's probably why they've come through the centuries now. I think for years they've had this yellow tomato. It's beautiful. And Pepe's going to chop them up for me. It's not like I don't do some of the work here, so don't think I don't. But today I got help. Oh, and by the way, coming up on November 2nd, you know there are good people in the world and there are great people in the world. Don Campbell is one of the greatest people in the world. He's going to be playing here November 2nd. The full band is going to be a great show. The music is great, but he's also one of the best people in the world I've ever met. Come on down November 2nd, we'll have a great time. Okay, we're ready to start to put everything together. We'll add the fresh farm organic tomatoes in with the cilantro, and then we'll start on finishing off the onions and the peppers. Fresh limes are essential for any ceviche. It's going to, it's not only just the flavor, but it's also, it does the cooking. The acidity in the lime, the citrus, cooks the shrimp a little bit more and just adds a little flavor to it. So we're actually going to squeeze the juice out of these. So we're going to take the tails off the shrimp. You can see the shrimp, they're they're 3/4 cooked, so they'll finish cooking in the line piece. And we use sustainable shrimp, and these are decent size, so they're not going to be mealy. They're going to have some good texture, and when you eat them, you'll have a good bite and good flavor to them. All set. The shrimp is all ready. We've got it to a nice size where it's not too big, not too small. Going to have a nice chew to it. And we'll add the lime juice. And we mix that up, and we're going to wait about 5-6 minutes and let that lime juice start to activate with the shrimp and finish cooking it. We got everything finished. Pepe, we got everything done with you?
Almost done.
Pepe's real name is Jose. And where are you from in Mexico?
Cancun.
Cancun! Here we go. We're going to mix everything together, put it all together here. The shrimp is all ready. Oh, look at that lime juice. Love it. A little hot pepper. And now let me just turn it. And that's all I'm going to do. And we'll clean up. And we're going to wait 2 to 4 hours. Okay, so we're all set. Everything's ready. We're just going to finish it off right now. These are one of my favorite bowls. They're it's a rock. They're made in actually in the UAE, and I didn't even think they made things like that in the Middle East. But they're a beautiful bowl, very expensive, but they just have a nice style to them. We do like to put a little salt and pepper in. There are 2 secret ingredients, and if you come in and order this, I will tell you what the secret ingredients are. Just 2. One you might kind of recognize and you might think it goes good, but the other one, you'll think it's crazy. It's like when I was in Costa Rica, they used to roast pork in Coca-Cola. This is just as crazy as that, but it's great tasting. So let's get this ready to plate. A nice 5-ounce serving. Then we put some avocado with it. And Pepe, what are we missing, Pepe?
Saltine crackers.
Oh, saltine crackers. They go with anything, any kind of fish like that. They go with the ceviche, they go with the oysters on the half shell, and here they go. Ceviche Mazatlán style. Bon appetit.